GOP.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. Late Friday night, New York State Senate voted to legalize gay marriage. Shortly afterwards, Governor Andrew Cuomo signed off on the legislation, making New York the sixth and by far the largest state to approve same-sex marriage. New York is the third most populous U.S. state. It joins Connecticut, Iowa, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, and the Washington Capital District in allowing gay couples to marry. On the eve of the decision, President Obama attended a gay Democratic Party fundraiser in New York where he said gay couples deserved equal rights, but stopped short of endorsing same-sex marriage. Gay weddings are expected to commence in New York within 30 days. After complicated behind-the-scenes negotiations, the Republican-controlled state Senate voted 33-29 for the bill. The state assembly, with a Democratic majority, had approved it earlier. 4 Republican senators joined all but 1 Democrat in supporting the measure. This is Republican State Senator Stephen Saland.
My intellectual and emotional journey has ended here today, and I have to define doing the right thing as treating all persons with equality, and that equality includes within the definition of marriage.
On Sunday, 2 days after the passage of the bill, tens of thousands of people took to the streets of New York for the annual Gay Pride Parade. Democracy Now! Spoke to some of the people involved in the march about the historic legislation.
Well, my name is Rosa Williams. I'm from the Jersey Shore. I came out today because this is my day. I'm enjoying my Pride Day. To me, this is like a revolution because yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago, we got cleared to finally get married, and I just got engaged on the 16th, so I'm here with my baby, our first Pride together. Say your name, baby.
My name is Shawnee. I'm from Jersey Shore as well. The reason why I'm here is a big celebration to me and my Pride family.
My name is Sean, and we're excited that gay marriage has finally passed New York. We live here in Manhattan. We've been together for about 10 years, and we adopted children starting 4 years ago. Marriage isn't something that we felt we needed to, to hold our family together, but it's certainly something that we feel that we deserve, happy to have, and we'll take advantage of it as soon as we can.
Hi, I'm Dr. Milton Delgado. I'm from Wilmington, Delaware, and I came here to celebrate the passing of gay marriage in New York City. I think it's phenomenal that it's being done, and I had to come and support my New York City brothers and sisters as they celebrate Gay Pride today.
My name's Shelly. This is Stephanie. We're here because we're part of Soggy Club, the Straight and Gay Alliance in our school. I brought a lot of the club members here because this is an event where they can actually be themselves for once without having to worry about anybody around them. And this is complete love. Like this is a place where all they'll feel is love. The significance of this event is love.
Hi, I'm Nicholas Swenson, and I'm here to celebrate Pride. I am from Brainerd, Minnesota, all the way in New York City to see one of the largest prides in the United States of America. New York just, of course, legalized gay marriage, which is fantastic. In Minnesota, we're dealing with putting it to the vote to amend the Constitution to make it just between a man and a woman. And so it's really important to be out here and celebrate and be part of a community and support and moving forward in a movement. And it's really about being who I am, being proud of who I am, being proud of my community, and making a statement for equality and diversity.
My name is Matt, and I'm here to support equal rights for everyone, and I'm very proud that New York has become the 6th and largest state to legalize same-sex unions, and I'm also proud that we're the first state where a Republican-controlled legislature has enacted same-sex marriage. So I'm very proud to be here today.
Those voices brought to you by Democracy Now!'s Jessel Noor. To discuss the issue of same-sex marriage, we're joined here in the studio by Assemblymember Daniel O'Donnell, a Democratic member of the New York State Assembly. He has been on the forefront of pressing for marriage equality in New York and was the first openly gay man elected to the New York State Assembly. He also happens to be the actress Rosie O'Donnell's brother. We're also joined by Ann Northrup, co-host of Gay USA and veteran journalist and activist. Welcome both to Democracy Now! Okay, Danny O'Donnell, you began it all in the House, in the State Assembly of New York, by introducing the legislation. Let's take it step by step. When did you introduce that?
Well, the Assembly has passed the bill 5 times, starting in 2007. In 2007, when I was part of the team that drafted the bill, Governor Spitzer sent it to us. We only had 24 supporters for marriage equality. In June of 2007, we had 85 yes votes. And so that really began. Most things in Albany go much slower than that. And so we began that in 2007. We did it again in 2009, twice. And then this year in 2011, we passed the bill just last week. And I had been involved in the process of gathering sponsors so that by the time that we got the program bill from Governor Cuomo, we had 68 members of the Assembly sponsoring the bill. And you need 76 votes to pass it. So when you start with 68 people who are on public record as in support, you're in a pretty good place.
Going from the Assembly to the Senate is quite a journey. Talk about what happened in the Senate, though you're not there. It was a grueling debate that was taking place there. It's a Republican-controlled Senate that passed this legislation.
Absolutely. And what we had was a very difficult and devastating defeat in the Senate in 2009. And this year there was a concerted effort to work together. All the leading gay marriage groups in the state, for the first time, were working in conjunction with one another rather than independently. And we knew that we needed to get pretty much almost all of the Democratic votes in the Senate to be yes votes if we were going to convince any Republican senators to go along. And the Governor Cuomo, was working diligently to make that happen. A press conference rolled out 3 of the previous no votes, and that began to get us right to the edge of where we needed to be. And, you know, with the polling, which is on our side, and the behind-the-scenes work to lobby individual senators, we were able to get over the top.
I wanted to read a little from the New York Times on Sunday, Behind Gay Marriage, an Unlikely Mix of Forces. And it talks about, it's by Michael Barbaro, in the 35th floor conference room of a Manhattan high-rise. 2 of Governor Andrew Cuomo's most trusted advisors held a secret meeting a few weeks ago with a group of super-rich Republican donors. It goes on to say, would the donors win over the deciding Senate Republicans? It sounded improbable. Top Republican moneymen helping a Democratic rival with one of his biggest legislative goals. But the donors in the room, the billionaire Paul Singer, whose son is gay, joined by the hedge fund managers Cliff Asness and Daniel Loeb, had the influence and the money to insulate nervous senators from conservative backlash if they supported the marriage measure. And they were inclined to see the issue as one of personal freedom consistent with their more libertarian views. Within days, the wealthy Republicans sent back word. They were on board. Each of them cut 6-figure checks to the lobbying campaign that eventually totaled more than $1 million. Ann Northrup.
Well, that article is a little naive because these people have been behind marriage equality for a while now. Paul Singer's son being gay is a big deal and should be bolded more in that story. You may remember Proposition 8 in California, which was a referendum passed by the voters a couple of years ago to take away the marriage rights that the California Supreme Court had given to same-sex couples. And an independent group sprang up, the American Foundation for Equal Rights, put together by the actor Rob Reiner and Chad Griffin, an out gay publicist in L.A., to fight in court against Prop 8, and they got Republicans behind that, big Republican donors. And Paul Singer has been a leader in that fight against Prop 8 and funding that court case. And so it was very natural to turn to him in New York for funding on marriage rights. And a lot of these guys on Wall Street have gay sons, gay relatives, and they are behind this fight. And it just, in some ways, portrays how conservative a movement this is, that it is a bipartisan movement for a very conservative approach to life of supporting marriage.
And when we come back, we'll talk about the role of the Catholic Church, or maybe the lack of role. I think Governor Cuomo's approach, though he never thought he'd win them over, was to neutralize them. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report.